It was 2012. It was my first experience with Neptune. Um, and if I had been the kind of mother who was just like, no, you may not sit at the bar, then I would have missed the whole dang thing. And, like, who wants to miss having something like scales fall off their eyes? Okay, so the rest of the story. Before I caught that I would be judged. Whatever. Um, so we're sitting at the bar. We've ordered something to eat. And the guy across from us is this big, buff, black guy. And it's the Arkansas-Alabama game. And I find out that he's from Alabama. And he had just moved here. But growing up within the bloodline and in the South that I was born into, just I never paid attention to anyone outside my own color. Honestly, like, I didn't have that door of perception even opened. So sitting there talking to him that day was really refreshing. And I enjoyed the conversation. And during, sitting there, something like scales falls off my eyes. Fish scales, snake scales. I don't know what kind of scales, but like I seen scales just drop from my eyes. That was it. Nothing else until the bottom completely falls out from my life in 2012, in 2014, the spring of 2014, April. And then April of 2015, my business would have folded up, and 2017, I left Arkansas. And then this year, May of 2025, I've returned, but not to, I was in the family home in 2017, and now I'm at my mom's. So yeah, a lot was stripped from me. My daughter just started having babies around the time that I was waking up, and I left in 2017. So I missed out a great deal. My grandchildren growing, getting older. And then now our relationship, mine and my daughter's relationship, is just really I'm looking for the right word. Damaged, non-operational at this point. Yeah, so there's definitely some emotional growth that needs to happen, because, when your mom's not very emotionally mature growing up, she's not really able to raise an emotionally mature daughter. So I've had to learn that. But it's not spilled over in her life just yet. And like, I don't know about all of the 144, but I could only imagine that most of them have lived really rough and traumatic lives. And I don't know if they'll be, I, I don't know from what kind of background we'll see them arise from. But I know, as far as me and Kesh, like, we had rough lives and had to correct a lot of bad beliefs and emotions around things that we believed. And for me, I thought the good father was more like the God of this world. And yeah, there's been a lot. We've been under some witchcraft, guys. I mean, there's no, if I'm not going to soften my words, like, it's just straight witchcraft that we've been under. But to someone who doesn't understand the bigger ramifications of that, like our indoctrination, like our belief systems, if the word says, you'll have what you believe, and if you believe a lie, then, or what's another? If the eye be full of light, how much light is in that body? But if the eye be dark, how much darkness be in that body? And I think that really correlates to your thoughts first. What thoughts you allow to stay, what thoughts you allow to pass through as truth, because we really need to be the authority of our thoughts. Many of us have random and sporadic conversations rooted in evil or demonic tactics, if not in a demonic spiritual conversation with an actual entity. What I'm talking about are these random conversations that we are having with ourselves internally up here that may or may not be healthy for you. But because we have no discipline in what we allow to be said between these two temples, matters to do with how much light you actually possess, how much light you're able to possess, because light can't be in the same place as darkness. One has to go. So either the light wins or the darkness. And every person has darkness that needs to be reprogrammed, so the darkness leaves. So whatever belief system you have rooted in the spiritual is what you're going to have internally. And if it's not rooted in truth, then you have believed a lie. And what is the mind of Messiah? Well, that is to operate the program that was written by our Father. Okay, it's saying what He said. It's aligning your thoughts and your beliefs with the Word, with the bread of life. So Bill Gates was not the first one to design the computer. This was the first computer. And if you have not been born again, if you have not rewritten your operating program between this temple and this temple, Babylon is running a program, okay? Whatever version of Babylon you have can be reprogrammed and should be reprogrammed to run what Messiah said. All right, Bill Gates, that evil man, was not the first one to design the computer. All right, he just he copied, and that's what his father also did, was copy. His father copied the main God, and his son copied the human brain, and made millions. And do y'all find it ironic that Apple, Bill Gates, the logo is the forbidden fruit of knowledge? That's an evil man. I'm reflecting on his vaccines.